we're back to our regular music. Christmas must be over. No, it's not. Not to me, anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how about the rest of you here in the studio?
Not at all.
Yeah, we got Christmas going for a while yet.
Still have to eat all the leftovers, so.
Meal on my presents.
That's part of it, yes. Anyway, this is the Maui Nonprofit Notes, the weekly radio show where we talk story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and their staff to find out how they're working to support the needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. If you are building or remodeling a home, you've just got to check out Pacific Source's cabinet and appliance showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific and President of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. And it's my pleasure to introduce Ray Chandler, who's the Executive Director of Community Workday, who is going to be our co-host today. Ray, how was Christmas for you?
Oh, it was awesome, Susie. It was quiet.
Oh, yay. One of those nice days
Yes.
where phones don't ring, nobody
Yes.
comes to the door, nobody, hurry up, get over
perfect.
here, you got to fix this.
Yeah, and then some afternoon visiting, so it was nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
We like those for change.
Yes, absolutely. So each week during this hour, we share the experiences of how our nonprofit agencies are working to benefit our island home with stories of how these agencies are changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope for those in need. Today we have Polly from Habitat for Humanity, Polly McRoberts, and we also have Tony Colombo from Maui Humane Society. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Hello.
Columbo, that's a familiar name. Related to the detective?
Yes.
Yes. I bet you say that all the time, right? And then people go, oh, come on. Anyway, welcome. Maui Humane Society. Nothing's happening over there this week.
No, not at all. And even though we had the holiday, staff still had to come in and take care of the animals, and they still got their special little Christmas and, cozy and with their food and water and everything. So, yeah,
I bet
props
it's
to
a
those
full
guys.
house over there.
It's full all the time.
Yeah. I was hearing some talk about how there's like up to 20 animals left there every day.
Yeah, actually, back I was looking at numbers back in May. We had days where 45 animals came in a day. It's crazy. So yeah, it can be. That's what's really rough is when we get such a high number at one time. It's really hard to disperse them so that they have proper housing, so that they have good quality of life, and they're not overflowing in each kennel and fighting with each other and things like that.
Yeah.
To make sure you're taking care of them. So.
Why so many? Do we know? What's going on?
You know what? I think the economy probably has a lot to do with it. The biggest reasons we hear are people moving. We're such a transient community that people are here for a little bit, and then when they move off island, they aren't able to afford flying them off island with them. And a lot of times people, they just don't have the means to look into training for their animals, so they're not in a position where they want to exercise their animals or talk to a trainer about issues that they're having with their dog. Things like that. And we just have a lot of issues with people not spaying neutering their pets. I think that's the number one problem. So we see lots of litters coming in. People think, oh, we're going to have some puppies and get rid of them for Christmas and make some Christmas money, and it's not that easy. So we end up seeing all those litters come in and then have to find 8 new families, for that one little litter of puppies. So that's can be challenging, definitely. So.
Boy, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a dog or a cat, Ray?
I have a cat, but I was the adoption counselor at the Humane Society about 5 years ago.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, it's hard because, like she's saying, making space in the kennels is difficult. And it's not just 45 animals that come in, it's 45 personalities that come in. And you don't know if they're going to get along with the personalities you already have, if that's going to create new problems, and if somebody only can have one in a kennel, I'm a one dog person, and that one dog is me, and there's nobody else who's going to be in here, so it's hard because you get dogs that, especially like you were just saying, families that move is really heartbreaking because that animal was really attached to that family and their whole world, is turned upside down, and now they're in a place that's really unfamiliar, and you may think that they're exhibiting these behaviors that may make you have a lesser opinion of that animal, but you don't realize, their circumstances, and that when they get into a good situation, they're great again, so you can't. It's a hard day every day.
The environment's really tough, I think, to see, who the animals really are there. Because, they're meeting new people, new other dogs, they're in a kennel. It's just not super fun for them. So that's why we rely a lot on our volunteers to do the dog walking program and things like that. And another thing on the moving is a lot of the places around here are no pets, and I think that is really challenging because someone's lease is up or something. They're trying to find a spot, and I think it's just really hard in this community to find places. I mean, I have a place that I can have my dogs, and it was really hard to find. I looked for like 3 months, so
Wow.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
So you think about us as individuals and as people. You know how hard it is for us when we transition
Yeah.
and new circumstances around us, and just imagine an animal
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah, and dogs are more sensitive than people. You know, they're picking up on everything that's happening, and you can tell, you know, where they came from. If it was a house that there was a lot of, you know, anger, it's going to take a dog a lot, you know, of time to unwind and to get used to something else. But I think just like people, you never give up on people. You know, you always keep trying, and you believe that there's something in them. You know, we feel the same way about dogs and cats, you know, and animals in general. I think that they just need a fair chance, and that's why Humane Society is so important, because they are looking beyond numbers. They're looking beyond into what goodness, you know, is in there, and what that can do for other families. Because especially at this time of year, there's people that need animals. You know, there's so much the Humane Society is doing for people that a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without my 2 little dogs, and I adopted them too, and they're just awesome. Well, one, he's kind of a little fart head, but he's pretty, he's a poodle mix, but he's a pretty cool dog. But, yeah.
That's neat. What was it? The commercial you guys were running? Something about I meet you with my fur coat on or something.
Oh, yeah.
With only my fur coat at the door, and what is this? You know.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of scandalous at first. It's supposed to get people's attention and draw them in, so yeah.
It works. It works. Yeah. But that's true. I mean, it's unconditional love. I mean, like my puppy, I put a set of Christmas bells on him. You know,
Oh, I bet he loved that.
and
Not? No.
the-
Did
the
he like
one-
it?
Well, yeah, Petco was selling, you know,
Oh, okay.
the neck piece, and it had like 4 big bells on it, and then the ones to go on the
Oh, God.
what I call the wrists, the ankles, if you will. And my dog's a little 20-pound mix, right?
Boy dog.
And he's
Famous
he's
boy dog.
standing. he let me put it on. He didn't fuss about that.
that's
But then he just stood there like,
They froze.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
what am I supposed to do?
Take it off, take it off. Ah.
Yeah. Okay, Mom, I've done this. Now take it off. And I said, come on, Scooter, come on, let's go show everybody. So we walked out in the other room, and he walks out. I couldn't believe it. He figured out just in 2 seconds how to walk without letting those things jingle.
Oh, wow.
He just lightly
ninja.
stepped,
Oh, that is so
didn't
funny.
move his neck. And then you know that thing dogs have to do where they shake their head?
Yeah.
All of a sudden he had to do that, and
yeah.
the one around his neck just went wild, and he's standing there
like,
going, But then we had a party starting a little bit later that night, and so he came out and he stood on the top step. People would come in and they'd walk up like 6 steps to the living room. He stood at the top of the steps and he'd go,
Like
Oh, you-
welcome bells.
the folks on the radio can't see what I just did. I just shook my head. That's what he would do. He'd shake his head just a little bit to get a couple bell sounds. And people would go, "Hey, Scooter!"
Showing off.
Festive.
Yeah, and he didn't try to. Usually he tries to
That's so
run when the
funny.
front door's open, but he was standing there and he was being Mr. Welcome to the party
committee.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dog got a Christmas sweater for Christmas this year too. We did. My husband, instead of doing stockings for each other, we did them for each other's dogs. Oh my gosh! And they had these little Christmas cards that are rawhide for the dogs that have like.
Wow.
So I mean, be careful feeding your dog rawhide because that can
Yeah.
actually be hard on their stomach. But they're special rawhide that you can get, and it was really cute. That had like a little imprint to the world's best dog, Merry Christmas. It was
cool.
so cute. So we got those. And then he didn't really like his sweater either. He was like, "Mom, no, it's not masculine. Take it off."
Yeah. I looked at one of the sweaters, but I didn't think it was wide enough in the shoulders for
Yeah,
him.
you have to get him big enough.
Yeah, and it said that it was the right size for him, but I just looked at it and I said, no, he's never gonna be comfortable in
It's
that.
not
Oh,
cold
no.
here.
No,
either.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Maui. That's
Right.
the other thing. He was like, "Mom, and it's not cold. Take it off." He was not happy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cute though. Lots of pictures.
Turn up the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun stuff. You know, we have a good time. And,
Yeah.
and he was. Matter of fact, I think when I went to take him off later that night, he kind of just stood there and looked at me like, "Oh, it's over."
Aww.
Okay, and I'm thinking, do I want to put him on him one more time before I put him away for next year
New Year's.
or not? Yeah, that's true. There you go. Do it for New Year's. Yeah, the one thing he did not do was go lay down with them on.
Oh, felt uncomfortable for him or something.
I don't know. He just and he didn't, like, he usually jumps up on the bed and then he'll rest there a while between, you know, whatever he's doing. He didn't do that either. So I don't know if he was afraid it was going to make a lot more noise when he jumped, you know, or something. But it was cool to see how he took to him.
Funny. He knew he had a job to do.
Yeah.
He didn't do his greeting job.
Yes, he was perfect. He
cute.
was just fabulous.
That's cute. When we did some of our mobile adoptions, we dressed up all the dogs. We went to Maui Mall a couple weeks ago. Some of them had elf outfits on, and most of them did awesome. They're just like, oh, cool, I get an outfit. You know, some of the dogs were like, but those guys actually liked it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Does that
cute.
help to get him adopted?
I think so. Yeah, it draws a little extra attention, and people go, "Oh, it can wear an outfit. I could see it wearing another little outfit." And you know, "Oh, the Chihuahua can wear this little shirt that I want to buy at Petco." And I think the main thing with doing mobile adoption is helpful because people see them in a more like realistic environment, how they're interacting with other people. So it kind of helps them envision, okay, I can take that dog in the public or on a walk or something like that, and
Yeah.
it helps a little bit. So
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it is that one. It's that one-on-one with people.
yeah,
And sometimes out of the Humane Society, it is like I took Scooter home to check around before I adopted him,
oh cool.
just to be sure, you know, because there'd been other dogs in the house before that, and I want to make sure that he wasn't going to be one of those that, you know, had to lift his leg every place he went.
Those boy dogs.
Yeah, that's right, every boy dog. And he didn't. I mean, he's to this, knock on wood, to this day he hasn't.
Watch you go
he was-
home and it's like yellow rings around
Is he
everything.
listening to you?
Yeah. Oh, he listens every week. Yeah.
I think it's rough when people they think about coming to look at dogs there. They think it's going to be really sad. Think it's going to be like, you know, oh, the dogs are going to be sickly and things like that. And they're actually a lot of them are in better position than they were in their home environments, and they get, you know, they're clean, and we give them a lot of attention and food and water and special treatment, and so
Right.
and the volunteers get to love them a lot too. So it helps.
And you got a lot of great volunteers over there.
yeah, but we need more.
Need
Hint,
more.
hint.
Ah, here comes the first request.
Yeah.
So, and that area where you can take a dog and go sit down and play with them and get to know them a little bit, I think does wonders.
Yeah, and they can actually take them for walks too. We have a volunteer that likes to come on Sunday. She runs like 10 miles with different dogs, and so she makes it part of her exercise routine, and we really appreciate that. And the dogs like it too. They come back and they're just so tired, and they sleep in their kennels in the sun, and they're like so happy, and just I think
That's
awesome.
neat. So we started talking about volunteers. So what kind of volunteers are you looking for? Age wise?
I think you have to be 15 or older to be able to hang out with the animals. But there's actually opportunities for what they call jam students. Like our jam students, they made a bunch of like these, what do you call the jars where you can put all the baked ingredients in, and sold them at our Palooza so that all the proceeds could go to us. They have special clubs for different ages, and animal camp for the little kids, so they're learning responsible pet ownership, and they're doing like little paint projects and things like raising money for us, which is always really helpful for those guys.
I got a jar of the oatmeal cookie
Yeah.
mix.
How was it?
Are they for people or dogs?
Yeah, they're for people.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say, and I'm standing there
that's
looking
true.
at it going,
Like,
do I make this for a Scooter or is this for me? It's really cool. It's got all the ingredients except
Yeah.
for the milk and the butter, which
Yeah.
you obviously wouldn't put in, ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm now that I know it's for me, I'll make them.
It was cool though. It was funny because it was a majority of boys that came that day. They were putting together like all the cooking stuff, and everything was disaster though. There was like flour and chocolate everywhere, and they were like eating the chocolate, and so it was awesome though. They really helped out a lot though. It was a lot of fun going on. So
Cool.
that's what I want.
Yeah,
Perfect.
neat. Yeah, I was going to make that suggestion. Maybe you might want to put on the label someplace, this is people food.
Yeah, people food
Or something.
only.
Or maybe
Yeah.
next year have dog treat
Mm-hmm.
jars.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
That
Yeah.
would be really
Yeah.
cool.
It would, yeah, because it's hard to find stuff for
Mm-hmm.
different kinds of things.
Wholesome dog
yeah,
treats.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of pre-made things, that, but it's kind of fun to have stuff.
Mhm. My dog likes fresh fish. That's pretty much his
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Fresh fish.
I know. It's,
Good thing
he's
he's
pretty.
a Maui dog.
Yeah.
I know. He's spoiled.
That's terrific.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh, yeah.
Hardly ever have fresh fish in the house.
My husband does spear fishing, so he'll bring home and he'll like
Oh,
clean the
that's
fish and
good.
give him a little bit of like. Here.
I see. Okay. Uh-huh.
It's really
On that
lucky.
note, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be right back talking about the Maui Humane Society.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And welcome back, everyone. We're talking story with the Maui Humane Society. We're talking with Tony Colombo.
Aloha.
And yeah, we've been having good dog stories and cat stories. Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, can't forget about the kitties.
Can't
They're
forget about the
important
kitty
too.
cats. That's true. Now you've got other animals over there. Mm-hmm. A few.
Yeah, and January is actually going to be highlighting all of our critters, and it's Freddie, our little tortoise. It's his 10th birthday this next year, so January we're going to have discounts on the critters because we have guinea pigs and ducks and chickens and lots of bunnies over there. Some really cute, like loft and fuzzy ones and stuff. Yeah,
That's my
they're really
favorite
fun.
part. I love checking out a little.
Yeah.
Is it Critter Corner?
Yeah, critter corner.
There's always something new there, and they're
Yeah.
always so. It's really interesting.
Lots of
to
cute
see.
guinea pigs with like messed up hair. They look like they just woke up and
That
stuff
has-
like that. Yeah. It's so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Really fun.
Ah, very good. Well, now one of the big programs that you're involved with at the Humane Society is called Wings of Aloha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Wings brings to mind something kind of different from what it really is. I'm thinking of birds and things like that, but we're talking big birds. We're talking airplanes.
Yeah, airplanes. And the
Okay.
reason that they chose that Wings of Aloha name is we're kind of thinking when the people that assist with the program are almost like angels. And so that was one thing in mind. And then, yeah, Wings, the flight of, the airlines being able to get these animals on the planes to get them off island in order to save more lives. So, yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Now, can you ship a dog or cat anywhere?
It has to do with what placement partners we have. And that's something I've been working on for about a year, and I contacted over 90 different rescues, mainly on the West Coast, because that's a little bit closer for us to fly, and the flights are super expensive. Currently, we have 9 placement partners, which is really awesome, and they have to go through like an agreement with us as far as like what's going to happen with the animals once they get there, make sure they're safe and quality care, and notifying us about adoptions and things like that. So. But the most difficult part is definitely is paying for the flights to get over there. Finding placement partners was challenging, but now I have a couple people that are able to take dogs from us and cats. We have a rescue in Oregon that has taken like 30 cats from us this last month, which is really cool.
Wow.
And that's really hard to find because most people are dealing with a lot of cat overpopulation. They just multiply a lot more, and they're mostly outdoors, so it's harder to prevent them from making babies. But the dogs are really a main focus for us too because they're difficult to house. Cats we can house in family rooms, so you can do a little bit higher number, but the dogs, it's like 2 to a kennel most of the time.
So the now they're taking these dogs because they have a lack of that kind of dog, or what?
Just because they actually have space.
Oh,
Yeah, they have the main places that I'm flying to are like Calgary, Canada, Oregon, Washington, and the type of community they have is very forward thinking as far as spaying, neutering their pets. A lot of people have the ability to have pets at their homes, unlike here with the regulations as far as no pets and rentals and things like that. So the rescues that I'm working with, they help their local humane societies too, but they said, actually, we're low on dogs. I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? They're like, yeah, just go ahead and fly them over. We'll take them. And so it's really cool. And then they put them, a lot of them are in foster situations, which is ideal because then they're in a home, interacting with people, other pets. And it helps a lot with the quality of life. Whereas at the shelter, we're doing our very best we can, but it's challenging when the dog's hanging out there and they're not in a home environment. And so to be able to send them into these foster homes, and I get emails, like I got a couple of this over Christmas, like, hey, so-and-so got adopted, and they're emailing me, and it's just the best Christmas gift to hear about. Those dogs have been here 3 months, we send them over there, and within a week they're adopted. It's really awesome.
my
So
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
That, it's kind of hard to believe that somebody's looking for more dogs.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And cats. We get so used to what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were talking about the expense of shipping them. A 50-pound dog, I think, I saw the number $600.
Yeah, that just to go to California, and that's a pretty low price actually. And we're trying, ideally we need to ship like about 12 to 15 dogs a week. So you can imagine how much that adds up to.
So you look for donations, obviously, to help
Yes.
cover that.
Donations.
Or, and I think during the break you mentioned something about if you're flying to California.
Yeah, if you're flying to Oregon or Washington or Calgary, Canada right now, you can just email me or give us a call at the Humane Society, and we can see if there's a placement partner that has space for pets at that time. And then you just show up to the airport, and we meet you there with that dog or that cat. They fly underneath as baggage. And then we're able to give you the check for that flight, which it's usually about $100 as opposed to like $600 to send that dog. So it's a significant difference.
Yeah.
And all the coordinating is pretty much done by me, so that helps.
That's a big deal because if you're shipping basically with no passenger, the airline's going to charge you a lot more for
Yeah,
the
it's
like buying
transportation
another
of the
seat.
animal. Yeah.
Only
so
it's in the cargo area.
Yeah,
so
and-
spreading the word in the community to let people know that anybody who's flying to the mainland, basically, if you're going to the West Coast, and there's partnerships that exist, as rescues for all animals, and then there's breed-specific rescues too. There's just so much more opportunity on the mainland than there is here in the islands to get placement.
Yeah, and we do work with a couple rescues here on island and Oahu too, but they have the same challenges as us too. I mean, you only have one small pool of adopters, so it's not necessarily that you're generating more adopters. You're just able to maybe meet them sooner than later if, we're working with a rescue that's doing more offsite events and things like that. It helps because then those dogs can go into a foster situation, but it's not necessarily reducing the overpopulation on island. It's just kind of spreading it out a little bit, and then, the next day you kind of deal with the same issues. So if we're able to permanently get them in a home, that's our whole goal. The foster thing is awesome, but it's not necessarily going to help us on island. It's just really challenging, so.
Now, when the plane arrives at its destination, does the passenger who has agreed to take this dog with them, so to speak, do they have a responsibility on the other side?
No, the placement partner meets them there and takes the dog off cargo, actually. So they don't. They just get on the plane and they're done from there. So yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah. So their role was just helping to save money.
That's right.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
actually, if
Wow.
you think about it, you have, if you do 6 dogs that way for $600, that's the same as sending one without, so it all comes down to money, unfortunately. The bottom
Yeah.
line is bottom line, so.
Yeah.
That's such a great way to help, though, for everyone. I mean, I know most people are going to the West Coast first, even if you have a connection to someplace else. So that seems like a great way for everyone to help bring dogs over.
Yeah, and we're hoping too we'll have more locations as we continue to find more placement partners. And ultimately too, I really, I'm looking for help from the airlines, and American helps give us discount. But Alaskan would be awesome too, or United, because they have more direct flights. American, we have to fly the dogs like 4 different stops before they can get to Portland, things like that. That's just challenging. The animals are in the air for, a long time. It takes them 12 hours to get to Portland. It should only take 5, so. But we do that because it saves us a little bit of money. We can send more animals that way, so.
Yeah.
What we have to do.
I know what we do for these little guys, right?
Yeah, but it's such. It's such a great thing to be able to send them to a home, even if it is on the mainland. I mean, I'd rather be here, but
Then they can wear their sweaters in the winter.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Have a real snowy Christmas. I think one of the most rewarding things about the program is that you see an immediate reaction and immediate what's the word I'm looking for?
Results.
Reward, result, exactly. Because that's what's challenging as far as doing adoption events and things like that. You don't know, it just depends on if people come out that day or whatever. The placement partners say if we can take the dog, we know we can find a doctor, it's like a done deal, and that's what's so awesome. We've just been putting so much time and energy into this, and for our intake going up, our adoption numbers have not been going up, so we have to do this, just to stay ahead of the numbers.
Yeah.
And you have to take every dog and cat that's brought into you. You have to take it.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really challenging is, even if we're super full, we have to take anybody.
Have to figure out how to make it work.
Yes, exactly. It's challenging.
Wow. Wings of Aloha. What a terrific program to either donate to, or, as you said, if anybody's headed to the mainland,
Yeah.
especially the West Coast or Canada.
Or even if people have air kennels they're not using anymore, all the dogs have to fly with those. If you make small donations too, all the dogs have to have little plastic bowls every time they fly, and that's an expense we make, so things like that. Anything helps. So.
Everything helps. Very good. Well, Tony, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys so much.
This has been very interesting, and I think it gives a lot of hope to people that the dogs are finding homes.
And the cats.
And the cat. I keep forgetting about the cat. What can I say? A cat's a cat, but a dog is a dog.
Oh, cats
Yeah.
are people too.
That's it. I guess true.
That's true, they are. And any end of the year donation, tax deduction things too.
There you
You
go.
guys
Yeah.
can donate to us too.
And
They're
that-
really cool.
To get a hold of you, they call what phone number?
They can call 877-3680 extension 17, or they can email me as well. Or they can just email aloha@mauihumanesociety.org.
Okay, great. Or Tony can be reached 877-3680. Do it today.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Cool. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you.
You too. Aloha.
And good luck with getting more shelters to take the animals
Thank
on
you.
the mainland.
Thank you.
Because obviously there's nothing we can do here to spread.
Yeah, we don't suddenly get more people to
Adoptions.
take the more dogs.
Yeah, and everybody who has one or two doesn't want 3 or 4.
Yeah.
In some places they don't let you have 3 or 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You can have one, that's okay, but
It's a great
2.
program.
It's a great program, it really is.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank
Thanks
you guys
again.
for having me.
Very
Thank
good. Okay, thank you. We're going to shift gears now and talk a little bit with Patty McRoberts.
Polly.
Polly. What did I say,
Close.
Patrick?
Patty.
Patty. Jeez. Hello.
Oh, Susie.
It's really close.
Oh, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
You know, we're recovering from Christmas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Restore, I believe, this morning.
Yes.
And for those of you who do not know, the Restore is a part of Habitat for Humanity, and it's in Wailuku. Some people may be familiar with the former location of the Restore in Happy Valley, but it's now moved to Lower Main.
And it's much bigger now. We now have a over 6,000 square foot store at 970 Lower Main Street. And it really is just a great source of all sorts of home improvement goods. We have furniture, cabinets, any update you're doing to your home, we have things to do it, especially if you're on a budget. We have lots of brand new things that are donated from the big box stores. Lots of hardware stores have been super friendly and supportive of Habitat, and they'll have overstocks. And the thing about Hawaii is that the manufacturer doesn't want to pay to have it shipped back. So their only option is to destroy it or to give it to us. So we've been really fortunate in that we've gotten lots of brand new things. We have, bathroom sinks, light fixtures, all sorts of things still in the box, lots of them. So if you're remodeling 3 kitchens and a bathroom, we can, make everything correspond, and it's really just like shopping at an outlet because we have so many things that are brand new and automatically discounted 50% off the original price. So
Wow.
great things there.
So I suppose in some cases they even probably charge them a restocking charge to send them back.
Oh yeah, and just
things.
the shipment to
Shipping.
get them back wouldn't be worth it for a lot of the things. We just got 3 built-in ovens that are gorgeous, brand new, and we're just slashing them half off, but they were going to have to destroy them.
Oh my gosh.
So we have them, and we have warming drawers. All these things are just brand new in the box, ready to go to a new kitchen or update a kitchen. So it's really good to check in. We have a lot of customers who come in 2 to 3 times a week just because you have to be there when the stuff comes in and it sells fast. But there's just always, it's a treasure trove.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now these are the bigger items that we're talking about, the new things.
Right.
But there's also like, what kind of nails do you need? Or
Yeah, we have all sorts of nails. We just had a huge donation of nuts and bolts. Anything you need. We have at least some form of it. So it's really good. I always tell people to check there first before you're going to a bigger store, because chances are we'll have something, even if it's not exactly what you had in mind. The price is right, and then maybe you can upgrade on something else with the money you saved. So
good idea.
it's really, I spend so much money there just because there's such great deals to be had. And just walking around, you'll say, maybe you weren't thinking about changing this, but it's only $20 for a $60 bathroom faucet. And you're like, that would be a great faucet in my bathroom. I'm going to get it. So there's a lot of things that kind of just spark creativity. So many of our customers are great about giving us pictures of their projects. And it's so fun to see like the before and afters of budget projects because they look like pictures out of magazines. And it's, they'll tell us how much they spent on it all together because of Restore. And it's just mind blowing. So it's really exciting to see that people are able to improve their living situations and and save money for Christmas presents and other things like that.
Yeah, and also recycle some of those parts or reuse those things that would have been thrown away.
Yeah, and that's a big part of what we're doing too, and that it saddens me every day when people just found out about us and they say, oh, I wish I had known about you because last week I threw out this brand new cabinet set and I threw out this, something that they had just taken out, or a lot of, there was a little Ohana that was not up to code and they had to tear the whole thing down, but it was brand new flooring and cabinets. Luckily, they knew about us, so we got it. But, stuff like that happens all the time. And I think a lot of people just don't know what to do with it. But we're a great resource, and it all goes to a good cause. So it's like
don't take it over to the construction dump. Bring it to restore.
No, yeah, and all. As long as it's in good condition, and we always say the rule of thumb is if you would want to put it in your mother's Ohana, then we will take it.
Well, that's a good comparison.
So yeah, if you can imagine it going into your mom's home, then it's something that's good enough quality for our shoppers. And we are open to the public. A lot of people think that it's just for Habitat families, but anyone can shop there, and it's our biggest fundraiser. So,
and your biggest fundraiser for what is also your biggest project, actually, which is building homes.
Yes, yeah. So that is what Habitat is all about. So, every penny raised in the Restore is going to that one mission of building affordable housing on Maui. So I think it's such a direct connection. And it stays on Maui, so everyone shopping there can know that they are helping directly build these houses. And since 1997, we just did the blessing for our 78th home. So that's
78 homes since 97.
That's a big number.
That's a huge number.
And for such a small island, we're getting lots of support. And
if you think about how many people that represents.
Yeah.
Because I've been to some of the home blessings, and these are big families.
Absolutely.
Especially in the Hawaiian Homes areas.
And most people have been touched by some form of Habitat, whether it's helped their grandma or one of their relatives, that they understand what a big impact it has on the community. So
I had somebody ask me the other day, how do I get in touch with the people that build homes? I'd like to get out there and use a hammer. And so I said, aha, you asked the right person, and I gave them the information.
Nice, thank you.
And it's funny because she said, I've been thinking about it, and now this year's the year to do it. My stuff at home is done.
Oh, good.
So now I can go out and do some for somebody else.
But if you're not done with everything at home, it's a great way to learn new skills.
Good point.
And every day at work, I learn what a new tool is. Our customers are very knowledgeable, and they actually teach me a lot. So we'll get donations come in. I have no idea what it is, and they'll tell me. And it's great for our volunteers also in the store, because you're dealing with home improvement goods all day long, and there's just lots of information to learn there. And I think either working in the store or working on a building site is just a great opportunity to become more familiar with home improvement in general. And it's not all just building from the ground up. There's, if you're seeing how they're installing the pipes, that's going to help you the next time you get a leaky pipe. You're going to know what's happening,
and the experts are there.
Yes, yeah, and they've done lots of houses, so they know what they're doing, and they're so great. Everyone at Habitat is really very patient with our volunteers and very excited to teach them, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
And now from time to time you have organizations or groups from the mainland who come over here for trips, award incentive trips or whatever, and they want to take a day out and do something for the community. Right. And I know a lot of them have signed up with you.
Yeah, and that's a great thing too, because a lot of people, they want to take the tropical vacation, but they want to do something good while they're there. And what better way than to leave a mark on Maui and help people get into affordable housing and leave feeling like you've done something. So I think that's really a popular thing for large groups. And it's great, too, because then we can get so much work done just in a few hours with all the manpower. So
well, I think I saw either in one of your newsletters or someplace there was a picture of a group that had come over from the mainland, and they were working on houses up in the Hawaiian homelands up in Kula.
Yes, yeah.
And the picture showed them working on the house, and the view which of course from anywhere in Kula
Amazing.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And they said, how can this be an affordable house with a view like this? You know,
Yeah, only on Maui.
only on Maui, yeah. And it's kind of like the affordable houses we just finished building in Kihei, a block from the beach. And
Yeah.
people on the mainland go, no, that can't be. And we say, yes, hello, we're surrounded by water, so
Yeah.
it's not that hard to find a place too close to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lucky.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to take another break and let Paul talk about Pacific Source.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
Aloha and welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Polly McRoberts of Habitat for Humanity today, and we got Ray Chandler as our co-host from. What are you guys doing these days over at Community Work Day?
Community Workday
is
at
the holidays-
Community Workday.
What did I say?
No, Community
Yeah.
Workday at Community
At
Workday.
commu- oh,
That's
I
what we're
see.
doing
Oh,
these
you're cleaning
days.
up your own place.
Yeah, yeah. We're actually rebuilding our greenhouse.
Oh, are you?
So it's really exciting. We're moving
The
plants
holidays, you
around.
kind of settle down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not out in the community
Well,
quite as much.
Yeah, we're still picking up the things that get dropped in things, all around. But as far as the major cleanups, people are in their own holiday mode right now. So we're just doing what we can to get ready for our next event, which is the third Saturday in January.
And that's going to be.
Aloha Aina Earth Day cleanup. So it's getting us all thinking about our holiday blessings and going out and giving back. And so it's a litter pickup / marine debris cleanup, and then we're working on a recycling event in Kihei that'll hopefully be around the same time.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know you always have something planned.
Yeah, we always have something going on. We had last year, I just finished the numbers, 361 events
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
last year. 361
That
events.
give
There's only
you
365.
Yeah.
Last year
Give
there's
you 4 days
366 days.
Yeah, and so that's like, it doesn't actually work out to be one per day, but it's like
Right.
4 per Saturday,
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
it is. But it was a big year last year. We're just
Wow.
working on getting ready for the next year.
And that's mostly volunteers now, too.
yeah, like 10,700 something. It was crazy. I can't remember the number right now, but it was amazing. And
Wow.
it was a big, lots of just so many different directions, gardens, recycling, graffiti, all
Something for
kinds of
everybody.
things. Something for everybody, yeah. So it's that holiday season of giving, and don't let the giving stop, because, all of the nonprofits, they need help in some way,
Right.
and certainly our environment always needs help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we were just having these great conversations with Habitat for Humanity about what all they're doing, and I can't help but think about how much you get out of giving
Yes.
to Habitat. Really, just to volunteers, you're working and you're learning at the same time.
Absolutely,
And being a homeowner is no easy thing. I mean, I think a lot of people go into it not really knowing what they're getting into, and the
Yeah.
first pipe that breaks is a huge
Absolutely.
reality check.
And if you're used to renting, I mean, a lot of these families, they're renters, their parents were renters. So the idea is to break that cycle so that they're not dependent on, landlord. But that does require a certain amount of, figuring out what to do when your pipe breaks, or
The light switch doesn't work.
yeah. So you can't just call someone up and say, hey, come and fix this. So there are homeownership classes that we offer. They're free, and they kind of coach you on what it means to be a homeowner, what the responsibilities are, lots of things that you wouldn't think of otherwise, just, going into, you own a home now. So it's really helpful for anyone who's interested in becoming a partner family. We are looking for partner families right now, so it's really, I feel like I was always amazed by the fact that there are so few people applying for Habitat homes. So we always tell people, come in, talk to Alani, and just tell her your story. And it's amazing. A lot of people don't think that they'd be eligible for whatever reasons, but it's worth checking in and applying. So we always encourage that.
Now, the classes, they're open to the public, aren't they?
Yes.
It's not just your partner families.
Yes, so anyone can come to the classes, and we're actually tying in a lot of the homeownership classes with also DIY classes with our Restore. So if we have like particular products in the Restore that we want to show people how to use, we're going to start having little workshops where people can come in and we'll show them how to do it, and you can walk away with something, a birdhouse, I don't know. Still to be determined. But yeah, check our website because I'm going to put up a calendar of all the different classes we're going to offer. And I'm also kind of looking for feedback from the community. So if there's something in particular that you've always wanted to know how to do for your home, I've gotten a lot of feedback that people just want to know how to fix a screen door. And I would like to know how to fix a screen door. Your screen tears. What do you do?
Yeah.
So, and it's so simple that it's something that would really benefit a lot of people.
And for all of those who are listening and wondering what DIY is, do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
And that's one of the best things about the Restore is not only can you learn how to do it yourself, you can do it yourself for a lot cheaper than you could at some of the other commercial stores. So
Yes.
I think it's important though. You mentioned different classes and interests in classes. What kind of classes have you offered in the past?
Well, we're just now getting into the specifics. Up until now, it's been all the general home ownership classes. So they're coaching people on, like we talked about, just general home ownership. What you do as a homeowner, what your responsibilities are. So we haven't gotten into specific skills related to specific projects yet. But in the new year, in January, we're going to start doing that, and we're going to post schedules for them. So I really would love to see lots of people showing up, getting feedback, and it's going to be free also. So it's definitely worth it to stop in, probably on Saturdays, and see what we're up to. So it should be fun.
Or if somebody has an idea for a DIY workshop, can they call you?
Absolutely.
Where can they call you?
Our number is 986-8050. And my name is Polly. You can talk to me. It might take a few minutes to find me.
She's out in the store somewhere.
Hiding. No. But yeah, no, I'd love to hear if anyone has any ideas, or write on our Facebook page. We really love the feedback, and we want to be able to offer classes that are going to help people. So knowing what they're looking for is going to help us figure out, what we can do for them. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this you mentioned about the 78th home this last week.
Yes.
Now, that was in Harbor Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a few more in there that you're going to be working on?
Yes, there are going to be a total of 7 homes. So they've finished the first one, and they're working on the next, but it's an ongoing project for all of those things. A lot of the materials that are donated to Restore are used in the homes. So they're all kind of connected in that way, but it's just so rewarding to be able to see, a partner family, and to be able to talk to someone who's directly affected by the program, and their gratitude and their experience, their stories about where they were before and then where they are now is just so heartwarming that I think anyone volunteering, just having that contact, and they will be working, if they're working in construction, they'll be working with the partner family, so they'll see the face and they'll meet those spirits that are directly affected by the program. And I can't think of anything better than actually seeing the people who are touched by it.
So are some of those still available, or are they all spoken for?
They're not all spoken for. They're actually we're accepting applications, and they're going through and trying to choose the partner families as we speak. So yeah, as I said, it's always an ongoing process. And after this, we have more units. They're working on a 16-family unit condominium on Kahavai, and so that's going to be about a 2-year project. But that's 16 more families that are going to be touched by it. So definitely apply. We're building these houses for people, and we need the people to live
Right.
in them.
Yeah.
So,
And these are a little different because they are condominium or apartment, so they don't have the outside
right.
work that you would have with your own
Yeah,
house.
if you don't like mowing lawns,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't like mowing lawns. It's a
Right.
great place
Yeah.
to live. So,
And
Right.
you also do some home renovation too for elderly members of the community, right?
yes, we have a program called A Brush with Kindness, and that's something that we also encourage people to apply for. And that is, it's not building houses from the ground up. It's, going in and making places more livable. So, like you said, elderly, and also people who are disabled and they need improvements to their home to make it more
Accommodate.
livable. Mm-hmm.
And that's the same, they would call the same number if they're interested in that program?
Yes.
What's that number
Yes.
again?
986-8050.
You can call the Restore at 986-8050.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But Habitat for these things we're talking
I'm
about.
gonna have to look at my card.
Aha, okay.
I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's a program that we definitely need applications for, and
Well, if they call the Restore, won't they transfer it into the office? Or
we
they?
can give you their number.
Oh, I see. It's one of those deals. Okay.
I'm so unprepared.
No. We're taking you out of your mainstream activity here.
No, but yeah, it is all connected. Their offices are actually right next to ours, so they're adjacent. But if you want to call them directly, their number is 242-1140. And I need to memorize that.
There you go. Totally different numbers. So that's interesting out
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
to have the two different numbers. 242-1140 if you're interested in finding out more about becoming a homeowner.
Yes, yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier that a lot of people figure they just won't qualify, so there's no sense in trying. And I've always felt that, if you really want to get into a home, you may not qualify on the first round, but at least you can find out what you need to do to take care of, whether it's credit issues
Exactly. And
or whatever.
exactly. And we actually work with you, so if you are really close to qualifying, Lonnie will let you know what you need to do to get there. Or, if there's anything in particular in the way, you can find out what that is and then be that one step closer. So definitely, it's worth it. Take 5 minutes out of your day just to stop in, check in, and see how close you are to homeownership, because it really is such a life-changing opportunity. And to have a home that you own that you can pass on to your children and they can pass on to theirs, really, it will help in every aspect of life.
And one of the big questions I think a lot of people have is how can I qualify for financing, or how can I make the payments? I mean, you
Right.
guys make it so easy,
Well, and we make sure that you are able to do it.
right?
So we kind of act as the bank, but we are, we're very careful in making sure that you're prepared, and so we'll work with you, and we'll make sure that that's something that you understand, what it means to make a mortgage payment versus
Right.
paying rent.
Yeah.
And your interest rate is fabulous.
And it's,
No interest. You
No
can't beat
interest.
that.
yes, and it's adjustable to your income. It's really amazing what Habitat has done to make it affordable, to make it a reality for a lot of our families.
Absolutely.
And the Restore itself is always a new experience. Every time you go in, it's going to be different than the last time you were there.
Yes.
And I think what I didn't realize is how much furniture you guys get, and really nice, like couches or coffee tables or things that
Nice.
you would pay 4 times the amount of money for. I
Absolutely.
think people don't think of the Restore as just a place to go get nails and construction material. That it has that also, but it has a lot of other things you're not expecting, and it's a really good
Yeah,
move to
definitely.
stop by.
We actually have, I believe, 4 or 5 brand new couches being dropped off today.
Oh my gosh.
By Lifestyle Maui, so thank you to them.
Yeah, that's huge.
But it's really great because we get wonderful things that people otherwise wouldn't be able to afford, or they maybe can't afford it, but you're getting a good deal and you're helping a good cause. So it's worth checking in because, like you said, we get new stuff all the time. It's always changing. We're also always in need of donations. So, if you're looking around your house, maybe clearing out for the new year. I know I have lots. I probably have twice as much in my home as I actually need. So maybe you're looking around, feeling a little cramped. Think about whether someone else could use that and whether your space would be more comfortable without it. And then we are doing curbside pickups. So give us a call and we can arrange, if we're in Kihei, we can arrange to have it picked up. We can't go in your home, but we can pick it up outside. So that's a great way to get those year-end tax deductions. The value of it is tax deductible, and it'll help Habitat a lot.
So the Restore hours, we didn't talk about what days you're open and what the hours are.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 to 4:30.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, almost every day. And you can drop off donations anytime during those hours. So as long as we're open, if our door is open, you can bring in a donation and we'll give you a tax-deductible receipt for it. And if you're delivering it, we include delivery as part of your donation, so that's tax-deductible too.
Wow.
Yes.
I think you've thought of everything.
Yes, they
It
have.
seems like it anyway.
We're
doesn't it?
trying. We're working on it.
Get
Very
the
efficient.
families into homes. Now, I suppose there's probably times when you see the families who finished building their houses and are moved in will be down at the Restore to
Oh,
look for those
yeah.
finishing pieces
Yeah,
or
definitely.
whatever.
Yeah, all the furniture, there's a lot of things that we sell that aren't included in the house and the mortgage. So that's a great resource for partner families too, to come in and get things that they wouldn't be able to afford at
I've been
another
over there
store.
looking at light fixtures from time to time, both inside and outside.
We have great light fixtures, and they're all half off right now. So go in and check it out. We're doing a lot of year-end clearance, so it's definitely a good time to go in and.
Should we follow her from the
Perfect.
studio
I think
down
I'm
to the-
going there next.
Forget lunch. We're going to go down to the Restore. Anyway, that's fabulous. Well, you're doing such a great job over there.
Thank you.
Again, Polly at the Restore can be reached at 986-8050. The store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30. What more could you? And the deals.
Yeah.
So many deals.
Half off, quarter off, 3/4 off. Oh, it's just mind-boggling. And then if you're
Up to 90% off.
really,
Yes,
wow. And then sometimes you give something with it.
Yeah, we have specials and deals all the time. So right
Jeez.
now we actually have a free pound of nails. If you just walk in the door, we'll give you a free pound of nails. So
Oh, of
Come
your
on
choice.
yeah, any nails you want. Take a
Wow.
pound of it.
Awesome.
Never have enough nails.
That's right.
Anyway, okay, and if you're interested in becoming a partner family and building a house with Habitat, 242-1140 is the number. Polly, thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
with
It
us.
was so fun.
This has
Thank
been
you.
great, and I know there's a lot of people out there looking forward to this next year and jumping in.
Thank you all for joining us today on Maui Nonprofit Notes. This show is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. If you are building or remodeling your home, please stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to Maui nonprofit directors, executive directors, their organizations, and the community of Maui.
And today we had the pleasure of visiting with Tony Colombo of Maui Humane Society, Maui Humane Society, and to Polly McRoberts of Habitat for Humanity. We learned so much about their agencies, and we encourage everyone out there to get involved by giving, advocating, or volunteering for your favorite nonprofit. And do it today. What are you waiting for? The new year? Hey, that's next week. There we go. Please visit our website at www.mauinonprofit.org for a list of member agencies. Mahalo for tuning in today, and don't forget to join us again next week, right here at noon on KAOI Radio, 1110 a.m. and 96.7 FM, when we'll be featuring representatives of two more member agencies of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. Until then, I'm Susie Tiemann, and
I'm Rhiannon Chandler.
we have Polly.
Polly McRoberts.
And we have Gary at the controls. Happy New Year, everybody. Aloha, and
Aloha.
have a great week.
Aloha.